Let's be real, you can't escape the AI hype. But here's the thing. Behind all the buzz, most companies are actually finding it incredibly hard to make AI work. So today, we're going to break down a new playbook from Virtualization Options LLC. They're a technology research and advisory firm out of Colorado that's all about navigating this exact challenge. So let's just cut right to the chase with the big central question. With all this money, all this talent, all this energy pouring into AI, why are so many projects just fizzling out? Well, get ready for this because the number is pretty staggering. According to IMT Project Management, a whopping 80% of AI projects don't deliver what they promise. That's not just a little off the mark, that is a massive systemic failure. It tells us that something in the way we're approaching this is fundamentally wrong. And this whole situation creates what the report calls the AI project paradox. You have this insane pressure to adopt AI for its huge potential rewards, but at the same time, the risk of falling flat on your face is incredibly high. And this chart really puts that paradox into perspective. You've got 90% of companies jumping in, trying to transform with AI. At the same time, up to 80% of them are failing. But, and this is the big but, for those who get it right, there's a potential 30% performance gain on the table. The stakes just could not be any higher. So, the million-dollar question is, how do you make sure you're in that small group that succeeds? Well, the report argues that it has almost nothing to do with buying shinier, newer tech. It's all about throwing out that old, rigid playbook and embracing a totally different mindset. And right here, this is the core idea. The point of failure isn't the algorithm, it's not the data. It's that we're trying to use old, slow, fixed management styles on a technology that is constantly and rapidly changing. So let's look at this tale of two approaches, because it's critical. On the left, you've got the traditional way. Rigid, 5-year plans, big, all-or-nothing launches. It's just too slow and inflexible. But on the right, you have the iterative approach you need for AI. It's all about constant experimentation, small wins, collaborative teams, and learning from your customers in these quick, continuous cycles. In practice, this iterative approach isn't a straight line. It's actually a loop, a continuous cycle of improvement. You plan a tiny step, you build it, you test it, you see what you learned, and you adjust. Then, you do it all over again, getting a little bit smarter with every single rotation. This is how you keep up when the tech and your needs are always in flux. I love this quote because it just nails it. The goal isn't to cross some finish line and say, okay, our AI project is done. No, the real goal is to build a company that is always evolving, always improving. It's a journey, not some final destination. Okay, so that's the theory. Let's talk about practice. How do you actually start making this new mindset a reality? The report gives some really clear, actionable first steps. And it all starts by flipping the most common question on its head. This quote from McKinsey says it perfectly. You have to stop asking, how can we use AI? That's just a solution looking for a problem. Instead, you have to start with, what are our biggest business problems? And then ask if AI is the right tool to help solve them. You want a real-world example? Look at Subway. They didn't just decide to build some flashy AI app. No, they started by digging into customer data to find the biggest pain points. Then they ranked possible solutions by impact and effort, rolled out changes in small pieces, measured everything, and just kept refining. It's a perfect case of starting with the business problem, not the tech. The key strategy here is simple. Start small and scale smart. You don't try to transform the entire company overnight. You begin with small, low-risk pilot projects. You use those to get some early wins on the board, build momentum, get people excited. Then, and only then, do you start to scale up, getting more ambitious as you learn and your confidence grows. But here's where it gets really meta. A really powerful idea from the report. What if you used AI not just as the thing you're building, but as a tool to help you manage the whole chaotic process? And this isn't some sci-fi fantasy. AI tools can already give you way sharper forecasts for timelines and budgets. They can spot risks before they blow up into full-blown problems, automate all that tedious reporting, and even suggest ways to optimize your team and schedule. It's basically using AI to make your AI transformation smarter. So, all of these ideas, they're all leading to one ultimate takeaway from the report. The real goal here isn't just to finish a project. It's to build an entire organization that is literally designed from the ground up to evolve. Because let's not forget, as this quote points out, the tech is only ever half the battle. Real success hinges on the people, on how well your teams can actually understand, trust, and work alongside these powerful new tools. In building that kind of human flexibility, it means creating lightweight ways to make fast decisions. It means tearing down the walls between departments and fostering real collaboration. And, maybe most importantly, it means having leaders who reward people for being adaptable, not just for blindly sticking to a plan that's no longer working. And if you're still not convinced, look at this number. Research from MIT found that companies that are truly agile are over 3 times more likely to succeed with AI. 3.2 times. That's not just a small edge. That is a massive, game-changing advantage. So when you boil it all down, when you strip away all the jargon and the hype, in this new age of AI, the one thing that will truly separate the winners from the losers is simply the ability to adapt. It's not about having the perfect 5-year plan. It's about having the perfect ability to change that plan tomorrow. Which really leaves us with just one final question for you to think about. In a world that's changing this fast, is your organization built to last by resisting change, or is it built to evolve by embracing it?